All right,
Hello.
hello everyone. I'm Lonnie,
I'm Amber.
and we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And we are here for the second time ever with Poetic Steam Hippie. And
Yay.
we thought
Hey
we were
guys.
streaming a little bit ago, and then we're using like an event thing
But
where
now
we
we
can
are.
let people know that we're on, and we're on now, ain't we?
Welcome to the water bar.
Heck
Yay.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay,
There we go.
so we had a couple extra steps that I didn't take, and we were talking to ourselves for about 2 minutes. But here we are live. We're live now.
Yay.
And once again, I like the Yoshi,
Yes.
and I just don't say it with the same enthusiasm the second time. Let's
Yoshi.
go on to some new stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our humble little show.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's always a good time when you're on.
Yes.
Now, I wish the circumstances were a little bit better,
Yeah.
but the main reason we're here, other than just hanging out, having a good time, chit chat, and everything, is let's see. You were part. Now, I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to fill in the gaps here.
Yeah.
But you were part of an event in Arkansas called Cosplay Con Anime Experience.
Yes.
Now, this was not this past weekend, but the weekend before that.
Yes. April 17th or November 17th and 18th
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, it
is
was.
when that was. Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is like your regular type con. Was this like a big event, or was this like something medium, or was it set in like a high school gymnasium?
It was actually rather strange because the Friday event was held at a smaller venue called the Innovation Hub in Arkansas, and it was great. Other than there being schedule mishaps with like the contest and certain events. It wasn't that bad. It was a good turnout. The vibe was great, but it was a lot smaller venue. And then the Saturday event was held at the Verizon Arena, which is just a regular arena where they have sports, concerts, things like
Mhm.
that. And it wasn't the biggest arena, but it was a decent size, and that the vendors were laid out on the floor, and good venue for a con at all. Based on it was yeah, it was not I had an experience of others, especially with the staff of the arena and just the general disarray of the whole con itself, on top of the problems with the venue itself. So yeah, it was it was a bit crazy.
Okay,
Oh.
so I want to know at what point because just letting everybody know I guess what happened is somebody, I don't know if it was the main person in charge, but what I'm hearing in like the chats, the reviews of the event, and everything is that somebody supposedly ran off with a lot of money that should have gone to some other people.
Yeah, I mean, it's still really hard to say exactly what happened. Most of it is only speculation at this point, and just what personal experiences. But from my experience, it started with the declining of the main funder's card with the hotel rooms, and from there, the con owner not being present at the event, not having proper communication. There were vendor bucks that were passed out to winners of contests that were to be used at the vendors as like a coupon, and they were supposed to be refunded. Those were never refunded.
Wow.
I think maybe one or two people that actually like tracked down the con owner before he left, actually were able to get a refund from what I've heard. But that's only like one or two people, and I think a couple people like VIP people, the con guests, most of them either weren't refunded, like reimbursed what they were promised travel expenses. I experienced that.
What was your
Uh,
specific arrangement, and what was not honored?
yes. Well, I mean, it sucks because it was all, either over the phone or something that couldn't be tracked. They're like, so I heard some
Yeah.
people had contracts. I specifically did not have a contract, but my travel expenses, as far as gas, to get there and back, the money for the rental car, and money for food. Not the whole trip, but at least one meal was supposed to be covered, and none of that was covered on my end. Um, Thankfully, my friend was able to get at least $75 reimbursed, which we were able to use to get home with the gas because we
Wow.
traveled together. Um, and yeah, it was really rough.
Yeah, I would almost feel like if they were gonna cover that, I would almost be tempted, like from now on, to be like, "Hey, you want me to come up there? Go ahead and send me a receipt where everything has already been paid for."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I
absolutely.
mean,
I
I
would
hate
will
that you have to
definitely
do
be more
that,
cautious in the
Right.
future.
but this isn't.
Not
This
to
isn't.
mention you might want to get it wrote
Yeah,
down.
this
Oh
isn't the.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you think that,
Dang.
even if you don't know someone very well and you just put that faith out there and that trust and you
Yeah.
think that someone's a good person, and it just sometimes, it
Yeah.
doesn't end up being that way, and you learn from those, you know, so on mistakes, but everything happens for a reason. Good things did come out of my experience, and I will definitely be more cautious and uh, investigative in the future.
Yeah.
Now,
Definitely.
Oh,
I do want. I want to be fair about this. I did actually contact the event page um, on Facebook because that seemed to be. I believe that they were getting a few replies here and there. I think somebody may have been running the page who was not
yeah,
that person. Maybe they were like a secondary individual or
I'm sure a
somebody
few
that.
people were.
Yeah, and they were looked like they were really trying to do damage control. Like, holy crap, we're sorry this happened. We have no clue what's going on. But I
Yeah, no
actually
one
sent
does.
them a message, and I'll read it verbatim. Uh, I said, "Hi, I'm with Untitled Nerd Network, a fandom page out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, where you're planning on covering some of the issues that people had at your event as one of our discussion topics, and I would like to give you all a chance to issue a statement or give your side of the story since I've been unable to find a statement from you thus far." And then I gave them a link to our page. The message was seen according to Facebook, but we never got a reply. So
Right.
I
Yeah,
I wanted to be fair. I wanted to be like,
yeah.
hey, somebody from your event, come on here. Somebody give us a written statement. Somebody tell us
Somebody
something.
do something.
Yeah.
But
Just
no.
send me a message back. Says sorry we can't comment. But no,
Yeah,
we were ignored. So,
yeah.
in
I
my
mean,
opinion,
That's the worst thing they
yeah,
could have done.
in my opinion, that doesn't bode well because that gives me reason to speculate.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody like completely lost contact with the con owner. Like Sunday or Monday. I know my last contact with him was, I think, Monday morning. I text him, "Hey, am I gonna get the money for the rental car?" And he said yes after I meet with my lawyer at 4 p.m. And then by that time, his phone was shut off.
Wow.
So
After he meets with his lawyer.
yeah.
And then his phone was shut off. Okay. All right.
So
He probably wouldn't even meet no lawyer. He probably made that shit up.
I mean, I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
yeah, I mean, at this point, like, it's hard to say. We don't know, like,
Yeah.
if the con itself just didn't make enough money and he didn't have enough to reimburse and pay everything that was promised.
Mm-hmm.
But there were also charities involved that didn't get money, and just a lot of things that didn't go as planned, and it was just very
I mean, stuff
yeah,
happens, and if it didn't go as planned, yeah, okay. But
exactly.
they're
But
gonna,
it was like
if that
so
legitly
bad.
happened, like, looks like he would have said something and, not cut his phone off. I don't know.
Exactly. If there if it, and it's hard to say with like the financial backer or the person who had quote unquote like control of the
Mm-hmm.
money, who's it was in his, a lot of stuff was in his name. um it's hard to tell. We don't know if he was involved because he says he wasn't, and that the con owner took everything out of his accounts. He had access, and
And who
so
knows? I mean, that might have been what happened, and it might have just been. I mean,
yeah, it could be a lot of things. I've contemplated a lot of scenarios of, different options of what could have happened, because I'm a very logical thinker, and I'm always like to like get down to, the truth and just exactly what happened. And
mm-hmm.
it's just there's not enough evidence to point one way or the other than we know that someone is on the run and has dropped contact, and you know.
Right.
So, if there wasn't anything shady going on, if it was a genuine like mistake, I fucked up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't handle my shit, and you know, we'll make it work. We'll
I mean,
fix it.
I'll say if the guy, I mean, if he did mess up, and like let's say maybe the show wasn't as big to cover expenses, and some people were going to have to take a cut or whatever. If he would have stood up in front of everybody and made an announcement and given an apology and
Yeah.
said, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to try to figure out some way to make this right, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We would have all banded together, and everybody would have came together to do what they could to make it right.
Instead,
That's
like,
why.
you guys barely made it home. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. I mean, and same with other people that traveled from out of, state, and some people, some guests even like I think Sig and George from Face Off, and they were from, California, and I don't think they got paid either, and it was
mm,
nuts.
I mean, I can tell you, like, I mean, it sucks because, like, let's say, like, we've been to Wizard World, we've been to, we've been to a couple of places that like covered our, our tickets and our table and everything. But like, let's say, and I've used this as an example. Like Wizard World, Nashville was one of the best, most hospitable experiences
yeah.
we've ever had.
They were amazing.
But if we would have driven from here to Nashville, which was what, about a little over a 2 hour drive,
Mm-hmm.
if we would have driven up there, ordered our hotel, paid for it, went to the convention center, and then they said, "Oh, by the way, things aren't doing too good right now, and you're going to have to pay for your tickets and your table." That would have ended our weekend.
Oh yeah.
We would have been
Right.
out a hotel room. We would have been out gas money, time, all the
Yeah.
planning that went into it. And when somebody screws you over and doesn't pay you that money, I mean, it's like a lot of these cosplayers, a lot of these people who do podcasts and stuff. I mean, we're not rolling in six figures a year. We
No.
live
Yeah.
paycheck to paycheck. A lot of us doing this as
Absolutely.
a hobby.
Absolutely.
And
Yep. Yeah.
when you have somebody like from your case drive from Florida to Arkansas, or their case
Yeah.
California to nearly
16,
the East
18 hours.
Coast, like you know how much planning goes into that, how much time
Yeah.
and money,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine driving from California to Arkansas and then being told, "Hey, you know what? You're not getting paid."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Like that would
Exactly.
hurt us for 6 months if that were to
Oh
happen.
yeah, if not longer.
I mean, crap.
I mean, it was crazy. It was all very last minute, because I was like, I even postponed my surgery, my neck surgery for this con, so thinking it was a good opportunity, and
And then it.
hearing that everything was supposed to be paid up front, And then one thing happened, the next thing happened, and then it's like, oh, well, the story was that he had to pay extra insurance on the arena because they were afraid of going over capacity. So they made him pay extra insurance. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But supposedly that made him not have enough to cover the rental car and stuff to get to the con. So, and I don't have a credit card or an actual credit card. And they won't take like PayPal or anything like that. So I couldn't rent a car. So I had my dad help me rent a car. And so he lost money as well as me. So, and then on top of everything, like, to just top off the, you know, not so good stuff that happened during the trip, one of my teeth broke. So,
I saw that. And I was like, oh my gosh.
But I actually, my dad's helping me out with that, and I got an appointment tomorrow. So
good. Okay.
It's, you know, like we were saying, you know, all this, like, finances, you know, real people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I literally, like, I had like $150, I think, to my name that I was like, this is for the trip, everything that I need, food, whatever I need, emergency, you know, just, but that's literally all I had. And I was like, but I was going to make it work no matter what. And I made it work. And then that shit happened. And I was like, whatever, everything happens for a reason. So you try and take the good out of it. Like meeting Sig and George was amazing. There's a bunch of other amazing cosplayers that were there that I got to meet that I've been following for a long time. Some of them that follow me too. So it's like, it's really awesome. Like finally get to meet them in person. And, so yeah. And, you know, so I made some new friends and it was really cool. My first like road trip as an adult, like, you know, with friends, no family, you know, driving, so through the mountains, it was cool. So yeah, you know, try and focus on that, but you know, you still want to know the truth, or at least get some kind of, you know, something.
Well, at least there's a little bit of silver lining to that then.
Yeah, that's always, you know, you take the good with the bad.
I'm actually kind of looking through the event or the page right now. I don't really see like a specific like event listing. This is just like the overall page.
Like the schedule.
Okay, here we go. Well, yeah, no. Cosplay Con Anime Experience. Day 2. I'm looking to see if there's...
The event pages were weird. They had a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, that I don't really know about. Like, you know, like Conuga, you know, it's a local con that I assume...
there's a website. There's a cosplaycon.com, I think it was.
Yeah. But I mean, I didn't think that would have like a place for people to give feedback or anything.
Oh, I don't think so.
But at the same time...
There's plenty of feedback, and there's a couple different groups about like with the guests and stuff that were involved, trying to see what we can do to get help, especially like for the charities that were affected and stuff like that.
You actually invited me to like this page. Was that before or after the...
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was before.
I mean, I didn't know if that was like something, like, because I actually
that was probably way before I even was like, you know, a potential guest or anything.
Now at the same time, this page, actually Cosplay Con and Anime Experience. I don't know if people can see it on the.
No,
anyway.
they can't see that.
But I'm sitting there looking at the reviews, and the reviews right now, the average is
1 star.
8 stars out of 5. 1.8.
Bad.
Let's see, just a couple of reviews. And I'll read the highlights. If I could give this event no stars, I would. I know so many artists, cosplayers, and volunteers that were devastated by this scam. I saw red flags, but the event was free for me, so I went ahead to support many of my friends. I witnessed so much mismanagement that many of those same friends were panicked or crying. Many vendors, artists, and even the headlining guest left wary because of scamming. Um, let's see. Oh, then we have somebody who's actually a mother who was complaining there was no changing station in any restroom for her baby.
It'd be the arena. Yeah, they had a lot of complaints with the arena itself as well.
Yeah, and a lot of times that's not a whole lot. That's not the cons
Right. But they
issue.
should have
No,
not
it's
chosen
not.
that. They should have not chosen that venue.
Um,
They have a lot of rules.
and like they're complaining about the loud music, but holy crap! Every
It's
con we've
on.
been to, there's loud
Yeah,
music.
there's
That just
loud
comes with
music
it.
at
There's
the
no way to
con.
get away
That's
from
just
that.
the shit.
Let's see. Of course, complaining about $10 parking. Um, Meeting new people was great, but the event management was horrible. Some cosplay contests didn't happen at all.
That's
Wow.
true.
Prizes didn't exist for others. Any form of a schedule was gone. And asking anyone who looked like they were in charge didn't help. Pre-registering actually put you in a longer, slower line to get in.
Oh, man.
That's just a couple of the mistakes.
I mean, but the people that did come through to pull off what was pulled off, like, you know, they stepped up and did everything they could with their power to make it an at least somewhat successful event. I mean, I watched how hard they work, and you know, I was, you know, behind the scenes a little bit myself, so it was like, man, I wish I could have done a lot more to help myself, knowing the situation. I didn't know that it was that bad. You know, I just thought a little bit of disarray on Friday, and then Saturday was a whole nother ball game.
So tell me this. We focus so much on the negativity and the really, I guess, for lack of a better word, the piss poor management. Tell me about the good times. Like, I mean, it couldn't have been an absolute disaster. There had to have been, and you've already covered a little bit of it, getting to meet some people and stuff like that. But kind of run me through, if you had to condense down to like the abridged positive con. You know, did you have any fun there? You know.
Yeah, I mean, especially Friday because we got to enjoy a lot more of the event on Friday. We had a lot of fun. I got to judge my first contest, so that was really cool. Although in the schedule it said it was going to be an anime contest, it ended up just being, you know, an adult costume contest. And
anything
they had like a kid
right off the
one.
top of your head? Like as far as contest, anything that stuck out that you might want to talk about?
Oh, yeah, there was this really like cosplayer wise that we were talking about.
Yeah. Costumes.
Yeah. There was this girl that was a hot girl, and she had these really cool wings that spread out when she like pulled these ropes, and you know, she was only like, you know, 14, 12, 14, somewhere around there. So like for that, you know, to be like, you know, it was like all handmade and stuff. So it was really cool. There was a lot of pretty good costumes there for it being, you know, a lot smaller event on Friday. There was also Joshua Monroe, I believe his name is. He was on Cosplay Melee. He does like mecha armor and stuff like that. He was like this really cool cat mecha. And I was like, dude, I was like, I want to make something like that, like my own original cat armor would be awesome. So yeah, I was also I was Goth Misty, and there was a really awesome Joy and Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny. So I got pictures with them, and they were really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And, yeah, and a lot of people really liked my Misty too, so I was pretty surprised about that. And you know, I got to take pictures in a TARDIS, so that was cool.
I'm assuming the Misty that you went as was the same one that we featured.
The Halloween one is was the one that I wore for Halloween was so I did a goth version
Yeah,
of
she did a goth
Misty.
version.
No,
Not
that
Yeah,
the one that we did was
the
Sarah.
classic. Yeah, Sarah did Goth Misty. She did a version of Goth Misty, and I did a
Oh,
version
y'all
of Goth
both
Misty.
yeah,
did.
they both did a
Yeah,
version.
she
I
did it first.
don't remember seeing yours.
Logan.
I need to find that. Okay.
That's hilarious.
A
Yeah,
lot of
I've seen it.
people
It
like
looks
it.
really good.
A lot of people tell me it's their favorite, and I'm like, cool.
It probably is my favorite. Yeah.
So I like being Misty. I think I'm gonna do a Christmas Misty for the con coming up, Holiday Matsuri.
Oh,
But
fun.
but back to the con. Another thing that I remembered that happened. A gentleman approached me, and he wanted me to be a part of their like cosplay charity thing to help raise money for kids. But it was in Arkansas, so I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. But it was really cool because I haven't like it was like a first that like someone like approached me and was like, hey, we like you, we like your cosplay, we want you to be a part of this event and help kids and stuff. So I was
Oh.
like, oh man, I
Awesome.
definitely would do stuff like that down here. Like there was a kitty con, that was supposed to happen that's happening next year that I hopefully will still be a part of to help raise money for cats and bring
Oh.
awareness to cat cosplay.
That is awesome. I'll tell you, anytime you do anything animal related, let us know and we will promote the crap out of it.
Especially cats.
Yeah,
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 that's my forte. Um,
definitely. I have more Nico cosplays planned,
Yay.
sure.
awesome. All right, so I mean, the experience wasn't all bad. I mean, overall, yeah,
Oh, absolutely not.
a negative experience, but you always seem to try to make the glass half full. Uh,
Yeah,
you've got to find some silver lining, or I'm not going to let somebody screw my weekend over. I'm going to have some fun while I'm there.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was like I like to put it this way: the
Oh, we're having
experiment.
a Neo raid during the interview.
Oh, holy crap!
Didn't
We
Oh
they
got
what?
do
a.
that last time we interviewed her?
Did they do a raid last time we interviewed you? Like a bunch of people just
I
spilled in all at once.
I don't
I don't
know.
know, maybe.
I don't remember. I
I
think so
don't
though.
either. We've done a lot of
Yes.
review or a lot of interviews, and they piled in. But thanks guys for coming on, and yeah, you're actually like we're actually talking to. I need to do a recap on this anyway. We're talking to Poetic Steam Hippie here with us, here to our right,
Yay.
and talking about her negative experience at a Cosplay Con and Anime Experience in Arkansas back about 2 weekends ago. Apparently, a lot of people lost money. A lot of people didn't get paid. A lot of vendors didn't get money. It
Mm-hmm.
really screwed up not only a lot of people's weekends, but a lot of people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
Uh, I actually was reading one of the reviews where somebody said he was like one of, if not the food vendor, and it put them in such a
Yeah.
financial bind
Yeah.
that he had to lay off some of his help.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was like, dang man, like that sucks. Like that screwed up a couple of people anyway.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
nothing
Sure.
else.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean it's like somebody shouldn't have to like put up a GoFundMe campaign to make ends meet because of somebody else's screw up at a convention.
No, they shouldn't
Yeah.
have to. But
And
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta do
It's
what you
not
gotta
fair at
do.
all.
yeah, I mean it sucks.
Does.
It does, and it's not even financially worth pursuing legally because you'd put more money in than you would get back. And at this point, nobody knows where he's at, can't be found. Like, he could file bankruptcy. I mean, it's really like,
Yeah.
we're at a loss. We gotta just, band together and do what we can to help each other. And that's definitely been happening.
And that's if one good thing does come from something like this is the fact that the nerd community, the cosplay community, it's like none of us are really like rolling in cash,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
we are and everybody is very generous with what little bit they can spare.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I've never seen a group, like a fandom group, but anybody, comic readers, Whovians, any number of people, gamers, that kind of thing. It's like they might only have $10 a month to give, but holy crap, they give all of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's something, whether it's like for like our events, our nerd themed cat events, those are more successful than anything I've ever done because they employ the nerd community. And seriously, I mean,
Awesome.
there may be people from the outside looking in that, really knock the nerd geek community, but holy crap, I've never seen such a generous group of people. And it makes me proud to be what I am, But anyway, enough of. We were about to have some fireworks go off in the background. I was going to stand up in front of a flag,
You're ridiculous. Shut up right now. I can't.
Oh.
Stand in front of the flag.
Oh, also, Drawn with Stego. Thanks for finally subscribing to the channel, man.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Very much.
But before I forget,
Yes.
what I was about to say before, how I would describe the event is it was sweet with a bad aftertaste.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yes.
It's definitely the aftermath that you're really having to deal with.
Exactly. So.
Now, at what point during the weekend, though, did you kind of start getting the idea that things weren't quite right?
It was pretty late Saturday night when we heard about I think 1 or 2 rooms were declined on the credit card, and we were like, we asked, are we good? They're like, we're fine, and then we go to check out Sunday, and it's like, nope, you're declined too. And at that point, the con owner told the hotel people that it was the responsibility of the guy who owned the card and that he didn't know what was going on. So it's like so many stories going
boy.
on. And and when they put someone else's name on the room and they're like, you have to pay for the room, your name's on the room, and it's like, no, our card isn't on the room, so sorry, we're leaving.
Right.
Hey, let them go after them,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we were the only people that did that. There's really nothing they could do. But like I said, the con owner told them, oh well, it's the other guy's fault. He's the one responsible. And yeah, they were like, all right.
They tried to make y'all pay, and you're like, no,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that either. I would have been like,
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
A few people did end up paying, so yeah.
Okay, because see, I was actually under the impression that you did have to pay. I didn't get that full story.
No,
So,
some people chose to, I believe, but I think a lot of people didn't.
I don't think I would.
I know I wouldn't.
Put in that situation, I'd be like,
I was. If you were
Okay.
me,
Let
if
me-
you were with me, we'd both be leaving. 'Cause
I was
wouldn't
going to
let you
say,
do it.
let me just say that I wouldn't have, because I would have started to consider it, and then she would have been tugging
Yeah.
on the
Like,
sleeve, saying, "Oh,
Hell
let's
no,
go."
we're leaving.
I know. I felt so bad for my friend because it was the room was in her name, and so they were people behind the desk were like, you have to pay, and it was like so it's like let's get out of here, guys. So I'm like packing the car. I'm like, come on.
That's I think there's some kind of protection there that if your name is not on the card and you go ahead and stay, that's, I think, their mistake, because they're
Yeah.
supposed to charge you prior to the stay.
Well, you don't get charged prior, you get
No,
verified.
Yeah.
you
It
don't get
was
charged.
it was verified.
Oh.
Upon checkout is when it was declined. So it's like the money was there at first, and then the money was not there.
That means that money got yanked during the
They
weekend.
sure did.
Exactly.
Holy
So
crap.
Oh my god.
so it's hard to believe that the guy that was in charge of the money
Right.
wasn't involved in some way, even though he says he's not. It's hard to believe, but we can't say one way or the other because we don't know, and it's really unfortunate that there's so much unknown behind the whole thing. That's what's the worst is the not knowing.
Right.
Well, while we have a pause in the action, let's go back to some of those good old fashioned
Can we
Facebook
just
reviews.
say what
Huh?
Neo said?
What'd he say?
He said the hotel has a much better chance of recouping the losses than an individual.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
sure, yeah.
Because they've probably got a few $1,000s invested,
no kidding.
whereas an individual's probably what $300-400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've actually another one of these. This one was a 2-star review for the event. My focus was for my son and his friend to have a good time, and they did. They were very gracious and took the positive out of the experience. This was our first cosplay con. We purchased the VIP passes at the discount price. Thank the gods I did, because otherwise it would have been a complete ripoff. We were hardly treated like VIPs and didn't even receive what we were promised. I don't know exactly what that means. Probably some kind of package or merchandise or
Yes.
something.
I have more info on that.
Nobody knew what was going on at all. My son was really disappointed when he missed the kids' costume contest
Oh.
because of rampant miscommunication throughout the whole event. My suggestion would be that this was too big of an undertaking for the promoter. Friday night was somewhat better in a way because it was more manageable. The huge lacking thing for this event was information. We should have been provided with clear information, locations, and instructions for everything that was planned. You could not hear the announcer if you were behind the stage, so that was very ineffective. I bought the VIP passes when they were discounted to save money and hopefully get a jump on the lines and inevitable craziness that are these huge conventions. I don't even care about the swag that we didn't get. That was barely accomplished. Thankfully, we were pretty positive and we made the best out of it. So that's...
That poor little kid missed that costume contest.
Missed the costume contest and they didn't get their merchandise.
That's horrible.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, when you're, I don't know how old the kids were, but like, let's say you're 11, 10, 11, 12. Something like that happens to you because of just blatant miscommunication. You didn't get your bag. I'm sorry, I'm 34 years old, and if that were to happen to me when I was 10 or 11, I would still be telling people about it throughout life. Because, seriously, that's screwing a kid over, man. I mean...
And Lonnie don't even care for kids.
No, but I have
I don't
heart.
either. But yes, we have hearts.
These are the
We are
nerds
still
of tomorrow.
caring people.
Like, I mean, seriously, like, these are the nerds of tomorrow. And when you screw over a kid that's like 10 or 11 years old and he has a horrible con experience, whenever he's 15, 16, 17, or even an adult, and like, let's say Wizard World comes to town, or a very good reputable convention, or like Con Nuga, or something like we go to locally, they're going to be like, hell no, I'm not going to that. I went to this one back when I was like 11 years old. It was the worst freaking experience of my life.
Yeah.
That is what this does to that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we were telling a lot of people, especially first timers, just, you know, don't judge this con like other cons. Like literally, it was, you know, I've never experienced anything. I've experienced, you know, bad scheduling, mismanagement, and stuff like that, but nothing that was like that at all. So nothing that was never, you know, couldn't be manageable in the end. That was just, you know, a whole nother thing. It was crazy.
It can be done right.
Oh yeah, I mean, new cons pop up. Like I said, my first guest spot was at a first year con this year, Space Con down here in Florida, and it was great. It was small, but it was very well put on, and you know, I'm a guest again next year.
Awesome.
Not sure if I should announce that yet or not, but I just did. But but yeah, so you know, there are good cons, so don't judge every new con like it's just another scam, because there are genuine people creating genuine cons and events. So Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Like
just hold on. The whole kid story
yeah.
made Sharon cry because she's pregnant.
Oh,
And
poor
she was
Sharon.
like, "Y'all just made a pregnant woman cry."
Yeah, I think she's what, 17
17
weeks is what,
weeks.
yeah.
Yep.
She's a
But
big fan.
yeah.
Oh.
Her and her husband Neil Beowulf, they're really cool, good friends of ours. They won our loot crate this month.
Oh, I want a loot crate.
Hey, you can enter too.
As long as you're a subscriber.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can enter.
You can enter.
Yeah, true.
That'd be cool.
Speaking
And then
of,
you can unbox it on your channel.
Yay!
yeah. Speaking of, I do want to take this opportunity to let everybody know you can enter to win a December loot crate. All you gotta do is go down to the video description. There is a contest link. Hit that link. Take a screenshot that you subscribe to our channel. Post it in that little application we got with your email and all that nice little info. Takes you literally 2 minutes. And we've had a winner for, how long have we been doing this? 5-6 months? We have a
the
winner.
application.
No, just the.
As long as
Crate.
until your subscription ends.
Yeah.
Seems like forever.
But yeah, I mean, we give them away every month.
I would love to have one again. I've had a couple.
Well,
I
we
got
actually.
a Japan crate in October. It was awesome.
Well, we did a unboxing, or I did an unboxing today
Right.
with the Unite 2.0, and actually got this really kick-ass Voltron shirt.
Oh, that's where that came from.
Yep.
Oh, loot crate.
Is it Christmas? It's Christmas, right?
Oh.
It kind of does look like Christmas, don't it?
Well, it does. I was like, are these like Santa hats? And
No,
like
no,
No, they're
Like-
robots.
no.
green reindeer horse.
And
I see
here's the
that.
thing, like the
I have a Voltron shirt.
actual the camera doesn't do this justice because Neil Beowulf was actually wearing this same shirt on his stream tonight right before we
And it
started
looked
this,
amazing.
and it didn't look like this. Like I was actually looking at it, and for whatever reason, the colors look a little different when viewed through a
Yeah.
lens. So I don't know what's up with that, but the shirt is amazing. Full disclaimer: I've never seen a minute of Voltron, but I
I'm
love
watching
this shirt.
it on Netflix.
And Loot Crate
When I
has-
find out they were cat robots.
Loot
Sorry,
Crate
cat
has
got
a
me.
like a thing where even, and this is like, I've been a subscriber for just over a year now. Loot Crate has this magical ability to give you stuff, and even if I'm not a fan of that franchise, the item is still really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah, like this. I mean, there's been a couple of things that I've like traded in for store credit at places, but you know, you get like 5
Give
items
stuff away.
per month, and over a year, I've traded in maybe 4 items. So,
Nice.
but yeah, Loot Crate was really cool. I'm not going to give any more spoilers away because some people still haven't gotten theirs this month.
Yeah.
But yeah, so tell me, we've discussed all the crap about the con, the bad stuff, the good stuff, and like I said, I think we've pretty well just nailed that, you know, as hard as we can.
Yeah, that's, I know that.
So tell us, it's been a couple of months. Tell us what's going on with Poetic Steam Hippie now.
Oh boy.
Take your time.
Well, there was Necronomicon since my interview in October. Was my second guest spot. That went pretty well. Did a few panels
Cool.
about cosplay and about how to treat your fellow professionals and your fans.
Yes.
So that was really, really interesting to be a part of. And we got a lot of good response, and got to hang out with some cool people and learn a lot more about conventions and how they're run and stuff like that. So, the more I learn about that, the better. And I have Holiday Matsuri coming up in a little over 2 weeks, and I am staff there. This will be my third year on staff, so I'm
Cool.
really
Okay.
excited. Really excited. It's definitely one of my favorite cons of all time, and so I get to cosplay fun Christmas versions of my favorite characters. So I got a
Yay.
few things planned, a couple of new things. So
Anything you want to throw out there cosplay wise that you've not told anybody yet?
Um, I don't think I've mentioned yet that I most likely, if everything goes to plan, going to be cosplaying a Christmas version of Blake from Ruby.
Okay.
So,
I don't watch
Cool.
anime, but I can appreciate that.
yes. If you don't watch anime.
That's funny.
I
He can't get into it. It's just not his thing.
I try. I like a little bit of
Pokemon's
High School
anime.
of the
If you
Dead.
like
High
anything.
School of the Dead was really, really good. I watched
So,
it.
I
um,
haven't seen that one. I'm not really into zombies, but I am into ecchi. But you should watch High School DxD.
Okay.
I want to get your thoughts on a couple of pop culture things that have happened since the last time we talked.
Sure.
Number one, what did you think of the clip they released of the talking Pikachu?
Oh God.
Um, I did not watch it because I want to see the movie. I want to see it in the movie. I don't want to watch the clip
Oh,
of it
okay.
first.
All
Okay,
right.
I
I
can absolutely get that.
I am very like no spoiler, no. I want to like I don't even like it when like a show on TV and they're like coming up next week. I'm like I don't want to see it. I want to see it when it comes on next week.
That's
Oh
funny.
wow. Okay.
There are people like that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
I
watch
mean,
it.
I
I don't
am
want to
kinda,
know.
but not quite to that extreme.
I
Like,
mean, I'm not that extreme with everything, but
Just
yes,
certain things.
I try to avoid certain like I have been successful at avoiding Stranger Things 2 spoilers, and I started the second season tonight after binge watching the first season.
oh my God, you're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it. Yeah.
To make sure, but
We
like because I
binged that
watched the first
weekend and
season
did
last
reviews on
year, but I
all of
had to
them.
watch it again to refresh first.
Yeah.
So
Now you say you avoid spoilers, so I'm hoping this doesn't completely destroy my next question.
well, I
Have you
haven't.
seen the new Avengers Infinity War trailer?
I have not, but I wanted to. I saw that it was out, and I haven't seen it yet. I did. I
I
did
haven't
go
watched it
see.
yet either.
I did go see Justice League while I was in Arkansas. If you want to talk
Okay.
about that,
What'd you think about it? I haven't seen it.
Sure.
I liked it. I thought it was really funny. It was the only my complaint is that it was short. It was only like an hour and a half, and I'm like, that's like a cartoon movie these days, and that's
Yeah.
almost non-existent.
Huh.
So I'm like, I was expecting it to be like 2.5 hours
That
long.
is strange for a
Um,
comic book movie.
but other than that, the story itself and everything, the build wasn't like too slow or too fast. It was still overall, I'd probably give it a 7.5, 8 on
Okay.
my scale. And I'm not even a big Superman fan, but I like Henry Cavill. He's a good actor.
Who was
But
your favorite character in that movie?
The Flash.
I've been hearing that a lot. Actually, I've heard that
He's
he did a.
adorable. He's like my new guy crush, and I haven't had a guy crush in a long time.
Now,
I
do
have a
you
lot of
watch
girl
The Flash on
crushes.
TV?
No, I don't.
Okay, then you don't
Not the
have
same
like
guy.
basis for comparison.
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't like watched any of the DC shows, or really any of the Marvel shows, except for The Gifted. I'm watching The Gifted.
How does that stack up? Pretty good.
I like it. It's
Okay.
pretty good.
Because I've not touched it or Legion, and that's like I really don't need to add anything else to my already busy schedule. But God, these
Yeah,
these mutant
I've heard
shows
mixed
sound so
reviews
good.
on Legion, so I'm just like I'm more of a like wait until it's out and a season is done and binge watch it than watch it while it's on. So there's not that much stuff that I watch that like is on TV.
Well, the only thing we do is
Did we
Walking Dead.
cover? Had you watch? Do you watch The Walking Dead?
No.
No,
Okay.
she said she's not big on zombies.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I probably will someday, but it's not like,
It's not on your list.
yeah.
That's why
It's
you're
all
here,
good.
because I don't remember crap.
You're welcome. Zoe
Whew.
said she doesn't read the TV guide because of spoilers.
Who said that?
Zoe.
What? Oh,
She
Yeah.
said, I don't
that's
read the.
funny.
She's like, I don't
That's
even read the
funny.
TV guide because of that.
Is TV Guide still a
That totally
thing?
makes
Apparently so.
Okay.
Well, every TV has a guide.
Well,
Tells
true.
you what a synopsis on the episode.
Could you see, like they had TV Guide. Every home had a TV Guide for
Oh, yeah.
like
Couldn't wait to read the TV
50
guide.
I had a
years.
paper guide.
Yeah. Like TV Guide would come in usually like on Thursday for the next week, and like the minute they announced. Like when satellite companies and stuff started putting their electronic guides on their TVs, like the boardroom at TV Guide, the guy sitting there looking is like, oh, shit. I mean, that's how I see it happen. So, yeah.
Well, at least now they're like interactive and you can scroll at your own pace. You don't have to sit there and wait for the
True.
entire
Oh my God.
list to get
Bam.
done. To see what's coming on Channel 5 because it was on 20 to begin with when you turned it on.
Oh.
So
Holy
there's
crap.
that.
We're already coming up on an hour.
Yes, we are. Well, I mean, technically not. We didn't start till like 10 after.
Oh, yeah. We were getting close to midnight. All right. Anything?
Zoe said, I meant back in the day.
Oh, okay. She meant like
Apparently she...
back in 1970.
Wow.
I know. You're not that old, Zoe. I promise.
But anyway.
Anything, but before we get out of here, anything special you would like to talk about? Get anything off your chest? Just, I don't know, announcements, plans. What are you doing for the holidays?
Nothing other than going to Holiday Matsuri, and just the general spend time with the family that I always spend time with.
Do you have a tree up?
No,
Okay.
I don't really have money for trees and
Aw.
ornaments and stuff like we used to. We used to decorate a lot when I was a kid. I miss that a lot, but we still have Halloween stickies on the window from like 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Bless it. Oh
Well,
my goodness.
I will say that Christmas can be had on a budget. I know when me and my cousin lived together,
Of course,
you know where
I
I'm
always
going
have
with
a
this.
good time.
We
I
had
always have a good time.
like he and I lived together, and we had a like just a little 2-bedroom apartment, and downstairs he had a bar, and on the bar we had one of those little rinky-dink Charlie Brown Christmas trees with a single ornament hanging on it.
Oh,
That was Christmas.
oh yeah, yeah. Plus, we have 5 cats, so having a Christmas tree isn't really, conducive of holiday spirit.
Yeah, no
It
doubt.
won't last long.
I'm surprised ours has stayed up as long as it has, because Jubilee, every time we go live, she's like, oh, that's my cue. I got to run over there and
Chew on the
limbs.
tree. Like, she didn't bother the one I had last year, but this one's white and it's smaller. And she's white. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But she wants to chew on the branches.
Competing with the whiteness.
I think so.
With the white tree,
Maybe
it's
she's
like,
jealous.
oh, it's a bigger, fluffier version of me.
Maybe that
sorry.
is.
Must
She's
fight
jealous.
it.
I saw your cat
Giant
running
cat
around the
tree.
background earlier, like up in the window.
Yes.
Yeah, Journey.
Aw.
My baby.
Awesome. I think we might have saw that one last time.
Yes, she's always up my butt.
Almost positive.
Especially since I got back from Arkansas. I was gone for a week. I've never been gone that long. So she's been attached to me ever since
Okay,
I
so
got
she cares,
Aw.
Yeah.
I like
Yes.
to think that the only reason our cats would care is because they were hungry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nope, I mean, like I said, my mom was here the whole time. They weren't alone. So
Yeah.
she's just she's my cat. So yeah.
That would be so awesome to have a cat that cared.
We have cats that care. You know when
Believe
you're
me, I have
upset,
plenty of
Logan's
cats
all
that don't
beside
care.
you, or you're sick, he's loving on you.
I have at least two cats I forget that I have sometimes because they don't care, and they're like, I never see them hardly.
That
And I
is
don't even have that big of a house, so
well. I
it's
must
like
once
I don't
again
care.
give kudos on the cat ears while we're on the cat topic.
I love
Yeah.
Those,
those.
yeah,
They're my
those
favorite.
are. I've seen those, and that
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if I could pull that off.
Oh yeah, she turned them on.
Hey, there we go. Heck yeah.
And blue's one of my favorite colors. So I'm just like,
And
Yes, I love this blue, and it's yeah, this is like one of the best gifts I ever got. So yeah,
they pop so well. That light does, like on the
mm-hmm.
on the.
It looks great.
It must be like the LEDs, you know.
Right.
um, I did have an announcement though, like
Oh
before
yes.
we go in a few
Yeah.
minutes. That I'm currently having a sale on my store Envy. Buy one get one on prints and digital sets. So you just buy which one you want and tell me in the notes which one you want free, and I'll send it to you.
Oh,
So
awesome.
that's going until December 8th. And
Okay.
there's also like a few other ways. First and foremost, if you there is a couple GoFundMe out there for the charities and people affected from the con.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so if you can donate to those, you can find them pretty easily through some of the websites and even like links on the reviews people have posted in there and stuff like that. Um, I have a GoFundMe currently.
Mm-hmm.
My most important thing is I'm trying to raise a little bit to give back to my dad first and foremost for what he lost. And anything that I make from sales and stuff like that will go to help me. And I would like if anything is donated to the GoFundMe specifically, I want that to raise that for my dad because he put in for the rental car and he's going to help me get my tooth fixed and all that. So I definitely want to try and give some back to him.
Oh yeah.
If anybody's interested in that, I can send those links or anything I need to send. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
Other than
that's the same GoFundMe I think we shared a couple
Yeah.
of days ago.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
have
you
to
shared it on your
re-up,
page.
share that one again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's always Patreon. I have a coffee page and all that, stuff. So,
Right.
you
You've
know,
got
uh,
everything pretty much.
well, I mean, I got what I think is like essential that I can work with without being incredibly overwhelmed. Like,
Right.
I don't do Reddit or Tumblr. Or I barely do anything with Twitter. It's like I try and stay away from the toxic places and stay where the vibe is good and
Oh
where
yeah.
people genuinely want to help each other. And so, yeah.
Well, I will say I don't often play favorites, but I have like my own personal top 5 favorite cosplayers, and you can count yourself among them.
Oh, thank you. I feel so special.
Aw.
I'm very particular. Um,
It probably
but
helps that you do Misty. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
the what?
Yeah, Steve.
Probably helps that she does Misty.
Yeah, Misty helps.
And I told him I'd do Jubilee someday too. So
There
Oh
we
yeah,
go. That's what
that really made his day.
that launched her right up. Just yeah, she's steady in there now.
if I get like a X-Men group opportunity, then I'll make it happen. So
Yes.
Well, that'll
it'd
be
be
the
really
day
fun.
I start throwing money.
Well,
All right.
I mean, you could throw money to help make it happen if you want.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, because isn't that what you do like on your unboxings? Like some of it's stuff people sent you, right? Like when
Yeah,
you open
yeah.
it.
A lot of things like patrons will send me extra stuff to help with, cosplays or photo shoots, different
I regularly watch
characters
your
and
unboxings.
themes
I
and
love
stuff.
them.
So, yeah, so yeah,
So,
and so I get
Lonnie.
stuff occasionally here and there. Yeah, and so I'm trying to get a couple Christmas things right now because I want to do a Christmas Catwoman for my December Patreon photo shoot. So yeah, got a
Yeah.
few
Exciting.
Christmas little cute Christmas outfits and dresses in mind. I don't know which one I want to get yet, but if someone wants to order one, then make the decision for me. I still might I might
Right?
get one. I might want to have two because I want to use one for holiday Matsuri. So
Okay.
Exciting.
I, I didn't get to do like I did a Christmas photo shoot last year, but I didn't have like a Christmas like outfit, like a Christmas dress.
Okay.
That's what I want. Like a cute little Christmas dress or yeah. So
Fun.
I was busy over here looking up like yellow rain jackets and stuff. Um,
Anyway. Okay, let's wrap this. It's been
all
an
right.
hour.
Um,
We could hang
again,
out with
again,
Girl
thank
Hot.
you, Poetic Steam Hippie, for coming on.
thank you.
Absolutely love having you on here because there's
My
always something to
pleasure.
talk about. Always. Um, let's see. Also, remember if you want a December loot crate, go to that video description down in the. There's a contest link there. Click on it. Subscribe to our channel. Fill out the form.
Yeah.
Takes a couple minutes. Poetic Steam Hippie on Facebook, Instagram, nearly every social media. We just covered that a little bit ago.
Patreon, YouTube, Coffee. I mean, a few others. Twitter, Snapchat. I mean,
Little bit of everything.
everything.
Yeah. And also regularly
essential.
featured on Untitled Nerd Network. We're probably going to be featuring the hell out of you a lot more in December because we're not actually going to have features per se. It's going to be our cosplay All Stars contest.
Yeah. Yes.
Wait, you're one
She's one of
of
them.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
She's one of the All
I'm
Stars.
one.
Yeah, I sit there and I was like, oh crap, yeah.
All stars.
Okay, so yeah, from December 1st to 15th, there will be an album of all of our photos that got at least 50 reactions, and whoever gets the most votes from December 1st through the 15th is going to get a $25 Amazon gift card from Untitled Nerd Network.
Ooh,
So
there you
use
go.
that.
yeah, no doubt. I'd be
But that's a good use.
promoting like crazy. So, but anyway, thanks for coming on. It's always a blast.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Check out all of our stuff in the video description, all that good stuff, and hopefully we'll have you on. I'm pretty sure it'll be after the first of the year, but we're gonna have to make it happen again.
Yes,
Anyway,
definitely.
I'm Lonnie.
Sometime
I'm
after my
Amber.
surgery.
Do what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Sometime after my surgery, which is
Yes.
the January 6th.
Okay.
Hey, just
Yeah.
we'll make it happen. You just let us
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
We'll
so
never say no to
definitely,
you.
like, end of January, beginning of February, somewhere around there.
Yep.
So
Sounds
any
perfect.
time,
She be our
So, yeah.
Valentine's guest.
Aw. Yes. All right.
All right. Thanks for coming on. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amber.
And we're Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And this has been an awesome interview with special guest, Poetic Steam Hippie. Say goodbye.
Bye guys. Good night.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.